The U.S. Central Command says its blockade is holding firm, nor ship in, nor ship out of Iran. But out in the waters of the Strait of Hormuz, a different story is unfolding. Despite the show of force, multiple tankers are still passing through, raising a critical question. How tight is this blockade? CENTCOM says U.S. forces have moved to block all shipping linked to Iranian ports, turning back vessels and asserting dominance across key Gulf waters. The U.S. military said that it successfully stopped 6 ships from sailing out of Iranian ports during the first 24 hours of blockade against the Islamic Republic. But shipping data and tracking reports are now telling a different story. Multiple tankers, including sanctioned and Iran-linked vessels, have continued to transit the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical energy choke points. Reports also indicate 4 ships, including 3 Iran-linked tankers, have passed through the strait. The key distinction lies in destination. The blockade targets ships entering or leaving Iranian ports, but vessels heading to other Gulf countries are still legally passing through the strait. Tankers with histories of carrying Iranian or Russian oil are navigating through, testing the limits of U.S. enforcement and exposing the challenge of policing such a narrow, high-traffic waterway. What emerges is a strategic grey zone. Meanwhile, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and French President Emmanuel Macron will co-host a summit in Paris this week to continue efforts to reopen the strait. International leaders will gather on Friday in an effort to come up with a plan to ensure the vital trading route can remain open to shipping amid Donald Trump's blockade. And let's now talk to our correspondent, Susan Teherani. She's now joining us live from New York. Susan Teherani, before we begin, has there been any update from the president? Because he's been posting on True Social for the past 1 hour.
Yeah, the president, of course, has been posting on numerous and various issues, but most notably, it appears that we may see a second round of talks between the United States and Iran as early as before the end of this week, possibly even on Thursday in Pakistan. Now, some reports indicate that that venue may change to Istanbul, Turkey, but we have to get a verifiable ultimately plan from the White House and the White House press corps to understand whether or not when exactly these talks are going to take place. But it does signal that the two sides seem to be negotiating, whether through intermediaries or not, behind closed doors for a second round of negotiation after the first round ultimately failed in Islamabad.
And it's good that you mentioned that, because we have some breaking news coming in from Washington.